To be very honest, I am angry.
It was her idea to launch a third-party investigation into Richmond Public Schools, and she's not happy with the results.
We, on many levels, failed.
School board member Dr. Shonda Harris Muhammad initiated the external probe of the deadly Huguenot High School graduation day shooting, and the findings, she says, reveal systematic failures.
This is not the first time that from my school board seat, and it's an honor to serve, that I have talked about the dysfunctionality in our operations. Houston, we got a problem.
As you may know by now, the report shows numerous school staff were aware of significant threats against Sean Jackson, the graduate who was killed. Jackson was homebound and not allowed in school buildings or at school events due to safety reasons, and his mother told his counselor that students shot up his home and literally tried to kill him. However, the counselor allowed him at the graduation anyway, against required authorizations and without conducting a threat assessment.
Had we done what we were supposed to do, and it started with a threat assessment, I don't know.
Maybe it wouldn't have happened.
Right.
The counselor says she was not aware of the proper homebound processes for permitting Jackson to walk at graduation and was never trained on homebound policies. Furthermore, the investigation found that central office leadership and building staff all had different views on whether they had to strictly follow the homebound policy, and that probably zero principals had ever even read the homebound handbook. Training issues and minimal oversight were problems identified with the program, and the structure of it complicated Jackson's achievement and services. Overall, investigators said his homebound process was confusing and inefficient.
As a parent, I've questioned the homebound program as it was challenging. You're supposed to avoid all school property. Any RPS property, you're supposed to avoid that. And because stuff like this gets slipped through the cracks, there's an issue there.
LaKeisha Williams is an RPS parent and teacher and says the district's operational functioning has always been a challenge.
Well, sometimes you know that the systems exist. The issue comes along when you know who to answer to when it's time to implement those policies and procedures. Majority of the time they're there. They're somewhere in a handbook. They're somewhere, you know, where administration can respond to it. But when you come to look into the fact of, you know, who do I answer to next, they can't tell you.
And it would appear that the Virginia Department of Education, which has an existing improvement plan with the district, would agree. Last January, the VDOE told the school board chair RPS is deficient in its creation and implementation of effective systems and organizational structures. Systemic lines are blurred, and employees are often unsure of their roles, causing systemic breakdowns. This may have an impact on some of the struggles we've recently witnessed, where a lack of standardized protocols and procedures have proven problematic.
I don't know what the last charm is going to be. The Foxfire should have shined light. You know, we've dealt with the mold issue, and now we have a murder of blood on our hands. That's a problem for me. That's a problem.
And board member Dr. Shonda Harris Muhammad says that she does believe the public was initially misled about RPS's handling of the situation. She expects to address any accountability measures in closed session on Monday when the school board meets again. In Richmond, outside of Huguenot High School, I'm Tyler Lane, CBS 6 News.